Yo, what it do? What it do, gang? My whole hat ain't wanting to show up. Let's switch hats. Yo, what it do? What it do, gang? And I've got to mute the fucking computer. Hold up. All right. There we go. What's good, guys? What up, Mom, Keith, Juan, Birds? What's good? What's good? Welcome, welcome. Daniel Barry, I saw he was in here a minute ago. Shout outs to all y'all. Appreciate everybody tapping in, tuning in. We're going to talk a little bit about L spam. Yeah, exactly, Birds. We're going to talk a little bit about the Cowboys coaching. There's been a lot of rumors going around that they're waiting for the defensive back from Broncos, Jim Leonard, I believe his name is. So we're gonna do a little more looking into him. I also want to look at like the top 10 edge rushers in the draft, the top 10 cornerback, and the top 10 linebacker. Are things that I really want to look into and kind of watch some tape on them, and then we'll kind of go through and see what we think. I'll try to leave the audio on so you guys can at least hear the audio, because I know I can't put the college film tape on here. It's no different than the NFL. Copyright will shut it down. I'll end up having to take it off as soon as I'm done streaming. So no point in that. Hey, it's the Buffalo Nation live stream. No, Bills. Never that. But welcome in. You Bills fans are more than welcome. Right one, that's what I'm saying. Jim Leonard, I would love the Jim Leonard hire. The only worry is if he gets promoted to DC in Denver, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. But that's only if the current DC gets hired as a head coach somewhere else, that he might get promoted to DC there. But I think I think Jim Leonard has less expectations and a better chance to shine had he go to the Dallas Cowboys defense versus staying at Denver. And here's why I think that's the case. I think he has a harder time at the Denver coordinator position simply because they're already a top 5 defense. If they fall out of the top 5 defense as him with the DC, that could look negative upon him versus bringing the Cowboys defense up to just be in the middle of the pack. Could continue on his legacy where he could be still in role in coordination for getting a head coaching job later on. So that's kind of my thought process on why I think he would be better suited to be the Cowboys coordinator versus the Broncos coordinator. Hey, we might draft Romello Height for our first pick. We'll see, Juan. I mean, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, I'm going to look into the top 10 college edge rushers first. They got Reuben Bain, obviously, on there. Auburn's Kedrick Folk. They got Clemson's TJ Parker, Texas Tech's David Bailey, and Oregon's Mateo. Man, I can't pronounce his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. They also have Cassius Howell. Why they got... This is last year, if I'm not mistaken. No, Reuben Baines this year. Why do they have Abdul Carter on here? I don't know why they have Abdul Carter on here when he was drafted last year. Same thing with Shamar Stewart. We got Shamar Stewart. I think I need to update this here. 2026. Let's see if it still gives me the same outcome. No, there we go. All right, so yeah, Reuben Bain, David Bailey, Kalidrick, Fall, TJ Parker, Cassius Howell, Mateo, whatever, R. Mason, Thomas, Derek Moore, Zion Young, and Malachi Kamara. Those are the names that they're putting on there as the top rushers. Cowboys will never be relevant. Get over it. Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, I'm sorry that your kingdom has fallen, but you're about to be on the island of non-relevancy just like us. So don't feel bad. It's all right. It's all right. That's some great picks. Hey, those are the top 10 edge rushers coming into the draft this year. And what my goal was kind of just to watch some film on them and go through and kind of look at them as they go. What up, Keep It Real? Welcome in, welcome in. What up, Porter, Keith, Gotti, Bills? Welcome, everybody. Mom, I see all y'all. Welcome, welcome. All right. So first, I'm gonna go look into his Ruben Bain. So Bain highlight, and then we're gonna look up his highlights and actually get. Hopefully, it's not gonna play music. It'll actually just be like commentary with the highlights. Because a lot of times they just put music on it. Which is what they're doing, music. I want to find one that doesn't have. There we go.
A 50-yard return. When you chase the ball, good things happen, and that's exactly what happened.
Bain stepping in against Notre Dame.
The All-American defensive.
So he had a nice pick.
To get out there and try to make a play, as you can see it from the progressive pylon cam.
Had a nice pick against Notre Dame. Trayvon Diggs left. Actually, Chiefs Kingdom, we cut his ass. We didn't want Trayvon Diggs. What do you mean he left us? He didn't leave us. We kicked his ass out the fucking door. We didn't even let him stay for week 18. We gave his ass the whole boop. Get the fuck out of here, Trayvon. You ain't been good in 3 years, Trayvon. Bye. Sight ya. I actually like Trayvon, though, so don't get me wrong. I just don't think ever since that first knee injury has he been the same. And then he acquired another knee injury. And then the problem with those knee injuries is he didn't rehab with the team whatsoever. He rehabbed outside of the building. And then now he's having more issues with those knees, and he just ain't been the same. You look at how he played with that the game with Green Bay. He wasn't playing good. He ain't good. I think Cowboys should should hire Raheem Morris. Hey, I think he's all right too. I like Raheem Morris. But I do kind of want the Jim Lombardi pick. I am kind of sold on that. I do want to. We'll look into it a little bit more. I just wanted to watch a little bit of tape on some of these top edge rushers. Like I said, the edge rushers, the corners, and the linebackers. 3 big specific needs the Cowboys have. We also need safety. We need a player on every position on defense. I think Cowboys should. Oh, yeah. You think John Morton deserved to be fired by Detroit after just 1 season? I mean, he really didn't do shit, though. Like, what did he do, Daniel? No, yeah, I mean, we say that, but we do also, Porter. I don't have it anymore. I gave it to you guys. You guys never brought it back. So go on, figure it out. We do also need a tackle. Like, we do. And then I feel like in the late rounds, we'll probably pick up another running back. You guys are in Cancun. Get over it. Yes, Keith. They've been in Cancun since before the Cowboys were in Cancun. They had 4 weeks of the regular season that they got to spend their time with their feet in the sand and their toes in the water. But all right, I'm gonna play this Ruben Bain pick.
Has recovered.
Got him turning up against Boston College. Strips the sack. Now, to be clear, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be drafting high enough at the 12th pick to get Ruben Bain. Now, could they couple their number 1 picks and move up and get him? Maybe. But I would almost rather have 2 first-round graded players with the 19th and the 12th pick instead of just him. If we can get, like, a linebacker and a safety in the first round, or really on the edge, what I would love the Cowboys to do is go trade for Max Crosby. And then in the draft, pick up a linebacker with the first pick or a safety, and then vice versa with the second first-round pick. I'm hoping Detroit can convince Mike McDaniels to go. Hey, I think Mike McDaniels would look – his offense would probably work great in Detroit. I've been hearing rumors about Mike McDaniels go to the Eagles, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. I do not want him to go to the Eagles. I would much rather him go to the fucking Detroit Lions. Some team out of my division because I think that he could help their offense. If Mike McDaniels goes to the Eagles, he could almost make them back into being a Super Bowl contender again. And that's just not what we need. We just don't need that shit. Uh, Mr. Plaid with your broke back ass, welcome in. So I wouldn't mind if he went to Detroit. I don't want him with the Eagles, and I'm hearing rumors about the Eagles talking about him. I'm also hearing rumors that the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, wants to keep Kevin Paluto on the damn team in some fashion. Obviously not as the offensive coordinator, but they want to keep him on the offense in some role. And to me, it's like, why? Why would you want to keep Kevin Paluto? Is that nepotism at its favorite? He was terrible with the Dolphins. Yes, but I mean, it's apples and oranges because he's not going to be a head coach if he goes to Detroit. He's going to be an offensive coordinator. He don't have to focus on the whole team. He can focus on his position, which is offense. So I think that he could benefit from that. And I think that he could actually be good. He also didn't have the talent in he had Waddle and Tyreek. And he didn't have the talent that Detroit has either, Daniel. Yo, what's good, Taylor? What it do? Dylan, what it do? Hey, I hear you.
Dad, are you sure it's not in your desk?
What? I don't have the tape. It's gone.
How did they lose it?
I don't know.
I didn't lose it. Well, that's your pick, dude. I give it back. Michael must have took it.
No, yeah, Ben Johnson. I mean, Detroit is upset that they had to let Ben Johnson go. Like, I'm sure Detroit is sick about that. Because had they had Ben Johnson still this year, Detroit's a much better team. Detroit's probably in the playoffs. And Detroit's probably making a run. Unfortunately, I didn't lose it. I gave it to you guys. You guys never brought it back. All right, go on.
When?
It's been like 2 weeks, bro.
Candy?
No, I want to be able to do what I'm doing. What up, Billy? What it do? There ain't no Chiefs Kingdom around you. They also in Cancun. I know ball, and I know what I saw for the past 10 years. What do you mean, Keith? But you got to look at it this way, though. If you're talking about Mike McDaniels being terrible for the past 10 years or whatever, Mike McDaniels was the head coach. He wasn't over just the offense. He also had to keep track of everything else, team-wise. So, if he is just in a coordinate, take it like this. Dan Quinn, horrible head coach. I think even with Washington, still a horrible head coach. As a defensive coordinator, he's one of the best. But when you're a head coach, you can't focus on just that one side of the ball. You have to give your attention to everything, so you can't focus on just what you're good at. You got to focus on everything. Makes it hard. No, yeah, but it ain't about the Dolphins. It's not about the Dolphins. Keith, look at it like this. Does the Dolphins offense even close to being as talented as the Detroit Lions offense? Has the Dolphins offense been close to what Detroit's offense is, talent-wise? I mean, that would be a great move for the Giants, Wumbo. I can't say that I would like it, as that's my division. As a head coach, though, Keith, as a head coach, he's not coming to be Detroit's head coach. If he goes to Detroit, he's going to be a coordinator. His sole focus is his side of the ball. It's different. I'm telling you, Keith, it's different. And the talent-wise, Miami's offense isn't even close to Detroit's offense talent-wise. It's not even apples to oranges, dude. It's apples to potatoes. What? Okay.
May not do that.
I know. I'm glad you're covering your mouth. You're supposed to be.
May not do that.
So I mean, I think that it's not going to look the same as it did in Miami as it would in Detroit. Now, will his system work in Detroit? I don't know, but the talent he wouldn't have that he's never had the amount of talent that he would have if he went to Detroit to be the offensive coordinator. Yeah, I heard he was signed by the Giants. I was hoping it was a nightmare, Wumbo. I was hoping it was a nightmare. I mean, you got to think Jameson, Gibbs, Laporta, Tesla, Goff, the O line, which you guys struggled with a little bit this year, but overall, every piece of that is better than what Miami has. Like Waddle's decent. Waddle's decent, but he's not at Moss St. Brown. Tyreek is getting old, and he's just can't stay healthy on the field. He ain't Jameson. I don't think Tyreek is even as fast as Jameson anymore. Tyreek's getting to the point where he's going to start losing that speed. He's already lost the availability battle because he's always hurt. So, it's just hard to compare the two. Hold on, I need to get a charger. There we go. I gotta plug my phone in real quick. Bears 35, Rams 30. I hear you. I'm picking the Rams. What up, brother? I'm picking the Rams because I have them going to the Super Bowl. But it does scare me that it's going to be like 10 or 13 degrees in Chicago. And that's not the Rams' forte. They're not. I mean, Matthew Stafford, maybe he's used to playing in cold weather, playing in Lambeau and in Soldier Field when he was in Detroit. But it's not the same. Bears' home field advantage is going to be wild because of the cold. And we saw how it affected. Now, obviously, Matthew Stafford and C.J. Stroud not even one and the same at all. But we saw how it affected C.J. Stroud because of how stiff and hard that football becomes when it gets to those temperatures. It's like throwing a brick around, and not just that. The coordination between the quarterback and the center. We saw 3 fumbles with C.J. Stroud just off the handoff between the center and the quarterback. It gets complicated. It's different. Matthew Stafford, yes, he does have an injured finger. It has had a week to heal. I think that his finger will be all right. Matthew Stafford's known for playing through pain. So that doesn't really bother me. It's the cold. And that cold could affect an injured finger even more, yes. Yeah, Matthew Stafford plays through injuries. Matthew Stafford is a tough son of a gun. Like, I'm not going to put it past him. What up, Levante David? Was good. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. As you guys tune in, make sure y'all hit the like button. All right, I'm going to turn on some more of this Ruben Bain film and kind of critique it as I go. And we'll keep talking as we go about everything else that we're talking about. Damn, big tackle for loss for Ruben. Against, who are they playing in this game? I'm trying to see who that is. Can't see. It's green and yellow. Oh, UTEC. That team ain't no good, though.
Hey, guess who it was?
Ruben Bain tearing up that offense, though. They got multiple. Oh, that ain't really a Ruben Bain. That dude slipped. Ruben Bain is just destructing this game, though. No, I'm watching highlights of Ruben Bain. I'm trying to watch the highlights of the top 10 edge rushers in the draft. And then I want to watch the highlights of the top 10 linebackers, the top 10 cornerbacks, safeties, and see who's out there defensive-wise that the Cowboys have an option of getting. To see. That way when the Cowboys make their pick at 12 and at 19, I know who they're getting. I've watched some of their tape. That's the goal. But we're still talking about everything. We're talking a little bit about Mike McDaniels going to Detroit, possibly. How Keith isn't sold on it. I think that it would look good. You hope the Chargers draft O-line. I hear you. You think Seahawks, Patriots, Super Bowl? All right, man. Anything's possible at this stage. But Sam Darnold just isn't going to sell me in the playoffs. We'll see. We'll get a game with Sam Darnold this week, so. I think that I really think that. Yeah, see, the Keith was worried because he hasn't seen Mike McDaniels do nothing in Miami. But I try to tell him that being a head coach and a coordinator are two different things. And then the talent on Detroit's offense is way better than the talent on Miami's offense at every position.
When will you put those black shelves for me? One of those.
When I get the hangers for the shelves. We have the boards, but we need the brackets.
Because I have a lot of stuff that I need to put up there.
All right, yeah, there's a lot of things that we need to convert in your room to get you ready for Micah in your room as well. So, all right, well, none of that matters right now. It ain't happening tonight. What up, James? Yeah, the Lions do need to work on their offensive line. Goff was getting handled this year because his offensive line just couldn't keep him upright. I mean, it's kind of weird, 10-10, but recommended to watch it at least once. Hold up, what did I miss? Are you talking about the two girls in one cup? I ain't watching that shit. That shit's old news, man. Come on now. What up, Taylor? Right? Yeah, we remember that they wanted to not run the ball with Marshawn Lynch so that he could laugh at his own team in the post conference. They just need to be beast mode to run the ball. Right? Exactly, Daniel. Exactly. He tore UTEC a new asshole. All right, him against the Gators. This should be a good game, though.
Got right near line when you're checking down the ball. And again, this is swarm.
That's one thing I will say about Miami's defense this year. Their front line is pretty crazy. Just from looking at these highlights, that's the only thing I think that might give them a chance in that game. But I still think Indiana beats them. Yeah, they passed the ball. They passed the ball one. Yeah. And then the Patriots picked it off. Yep. No, I mean, Jared Goff fits you guys' offense really well. Jared Goff, I don't think he's a top quarterback. I think he's a middle-of-the-pack quarterback. But he suits the offense in Detroit very well. Like, he benefits very well from that offense. I don't think that he's a world beater or anything like that. He's not in the top 10 in my book. But in the system he's in, he can play to a top 10 level. What up, Shroom? Charlotte clear 27. Hey, I wish it was clear. It's been windy as hell, cloudy, and cold as a motherfucker. Man, I had to dig up 2 water leaks today in that cold-ass, windy weather today. Had my fingers frozen. My shit was turning blue, about to pop off my hand. I understand. Want your quarterback to be mobile, but Jared Goff is still elite. Passing you. He's not elite. He can play at. He can produce elite numbers in the system that he's in. I don't think Jared Goff could do the same thing in a different system. I think he benefits very well from the system he's in, and that's not a knock, man. At one point, Tom Brady was a bus driver, and then he became something elite. I mean, Jared Goff has made the playoffs twice in the last 3 years. This year, he did not. His stats are great, even with the makeshift O-line. Exactly. I mean, he plays really good on that team. I'm lagging. Oh, hold on. Let me turn Wi-Fi off on my... Yeah, you got to take Jackson and Goff out of there. I'm sorry. To me, if you're talking about elite quarterbacks, there's only 3. I got you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Who's better than Lamar Jackson? It must be that overseas connection. It must be that overseas connection, Shroom. Who's better, Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff? I mean, one's better at something than the other, and then the other's better at one thing than the other. Jared Goff's better at throwing the ball than Lamar. Lamar's better at running the ball than Jared. I mean, it's they're two different type of quarterback. They're two different type of quarterback. He didn't take your sorry ass team to the championship. I'm sorry, Noah. Your sorry ass team was balling out and then got hurt. Like, the whole team was solid. The whole defense ended up getting hurt, and then that costed you guys, which showed you, had he been balling, he would have beat Washington without that talent. But you can't do it by yourself. Royal, can you turn off slow-mo? There's no games on right now. I have slow-mo on, Wumbo, simply because it does keep people from spamming. What up, Jeff? I mean, it's only a 10-second slow-mo. I could change it to like 5 seconds, but I'm not going to take it completely off because I don't like bots. And Birds already tried to spam earlier in the chat, so that's the reason why it's there. When we made the championship game, we were on the healthiest teams in the league. You talking about not this year, but last year? Or are you talking about you're talking about the year prior to this? Yeah, so you're talking about 2 years ago. The last 2 seasons have been injury bound, and then, well, I'm talking about the game against Washington. They would have beat Washington if Goff was as good as you say he is. The Giants get a new coach. Yes, they got Harbaugh, Jeff. From what I understand, Harbaugh is now the coach for the Giants. Let me go confirm this news, though. Hold up. Before I spread it. All right, so John Harbaugh was signed today, or they finalized the deal today, after he previously coached with the Baltimore Ravens for 18 seasons. So yes, John Harbaugh is now a New York Giant. I hear you, Jeff. We'll be live for it, brother. We will be live for it. The defense also gave up 50 points. I'm not mistaken. But Washington's defense was suspect, bro. Washington's defense was ass. Washington didn't have a good defense last year. So why couldn't Jared Goff and his offense that was healthy put up those points too? Why couldn't it just been a shootout? You know why he had you guys throwing the ball messy? Because Washington's defensive backs were one of the worst last year. That's why he had you guys throwing the ball. Because they were worse at protecting the pass than they were protecting the run. Now, should Ben Johnson have gone away from the run? I don't think so, because to develop the pass, you need to run the ball. So I think that it should have been a little more balanced. But Washington's defense was ass. No, their pass defense was worse than their run defense. And their defense was still ass this year. And as bad as their run defense was, their pass defense was just as bad, if not worse. I'm not saying it. I said it should have been more balanced. Noah, did you not hear what I said? I said he should have balanced the offense out. But Washington's defense was ass, period, last year. Daniels declined. What do you mean Daniels declined? Oh, Washington signed too many old guys, got worse. Daniels declined. You talking about Jaden Daniels declined signing with Washington? Is that what you're saying, Shroom? Maybe Messi should be our OC. There you go, Daniel. Yeah, Washington's trash, period. Like, Shroom, you tried to tell me Washington was going to be first in the division this year. Or they were going to be above the Cowboys. I told you the Cowboys were going to finish either first or second. And the Eagles tried to give us the first position. We just didn't want it, apparently.
Here's a musketeer.
Yeah, that needs to go in the trash, bro. Looks like it needs a musketeer to help it. I've thought about becoming a football coach after my boxing career, but my brain might be spaghetti. And it's hard to transition from one sport to another sport and make it to a major league anyways. For coaching, you'd almost, as a nobody, Messi, because like you and me, as far as the NFL is concerned, we are nobodies. Me and you both, we're both nobodies as far as the NFL is concerned. To get a coaching job in the NFL, you're going to have to start in like high school or pee-wees and work your way up. You could go to like the local pee-wees and try to be a coach there and start there and then move to a high school, move to a college, and then move up. Like Jason Witten, he actually just signed a coaching job in college, but last year he was a coach for high school. And it's just how it moves up. I understand that, Messi, but unless you got to get your foot in the door at the schools too. Like you got to have some type of resume to get your foot in the door. Whether it's some type of athletic coordinator or some type of role like that they've seen you play before, where you have that resume. What up, Dirt Track? Yeah, Washington will finish last for the rest of their existence. But yeah, high school would be a good starting place if you can get into the role. I'm more of a defensive scheme guy than offense as well. I just like defense more. Any Super Bowl guesses, Daniel? What do you mean? My guesses were Bills and Rams. My guess is Bills and Rams. Now, this game in Chicago scares me for the Rams with the cold weather. That does scare me a little bit. I ain't even going to lie. But, all right, I'm going to play some more of this Ruben Bain film.
Feel like the first time they put Miami a little bit on their heels.
Miami was putting Florida's Gators out.
They're going to feed the middle. Jackson.
They are hungry, pushing each other, and it's shown up in their play tonight.
Jason Taylor, the Hooper Golfer legend, the one defensive assistant who was retained by Cristobal.
Miami has a good pass rush.
They sack him for a fourth time. Mesidor.
I think that might give them a chance in this Indiana game, but they're going to have to generate a ton of pressure on Mendoza or whatever his name is.
And made men of the quarterback, and there's Coach Taylor. He did a lot in his career. And for you and how...
Yeah, Daniel, that's the thing that makes me not want to put Seahawks in it, is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is what makes me not have trust in the Seahawks at all. Because the Seattle's defense is fucking phenomenal.
Right on cue. Look at the bend of Bain. Slower off the ball.
Talk potential head coach for who, Shroom? How did the Lions not make the play? Oh. They just had two new coordinators, a very injured team. What head coaching position would I be talking about, Shroom? Steelers and Ravens? think I just outlined the star. I don't care about the Steelers and Ravens coaches. I mean, if people are in here talking about them, I'll talk about them. I don't really care about the Steelers and Ravens head coaching positions. I mentioned that the Giants signed John Harbaugh, though, but that's because that's in my division. Those are two AFC teams.
The play of the drive, all passes so far. Jennings tries to do with his legs. No goal.
Bane is all over these games.
He wanted to finish off this season strong and do whatever he could to keep this program moving in the right direction.
If Bane can perform how he does in college, I like the Jim Leonard, but we have to wait till the Broncos are out of the playoffs to get the interview with him. The Cowboys did request an interview with Jim Leonard, though, but they have to wait until after the playoffs. So I think that that's a high possibility on who they go with. And like I was saying earlier, I think even if the defensive coordinator for Denver gets hired as a head coach somewhere else, I don't think that he moves up to Denver, DC, over to Cowboys, DC, because I think being the Denver, DC will put way more pressure on him, as in they're a top 5 defense already. There's not much room for him to grow there to be better. But there is an easy way for him to have a fall off. If they fall outside the top 10, it could look more negatively upon Jim Leonard versus if he goes to the Cowboys and just brings them up to the middle of the pack, he could continue the legacy that he's starting. So I do like Jim Leonard. I think it would be a great pick. But yeah, we have to wait and see till the Broncos are out of it to actually figure out if that's going to be an option.
Ruben Bain Jr. plants Ricky Collins.
All right, so I want to watch a little bit of David Bailey.
Basically runs around Cam Pringle. You're going to see right here, Pringle never really gets a hit on him. He comes up on
We know Ruben Bain is a beast. Texas Tech, David Bain. Let's see.
freshman from North Ohio. Went to West Range, about 25 miles south. And he gets a
He's quick.
and loving.
It's quick off the edge.
David Bailey, the one they've all been talking about.
I mean, that team that he faced right there was nobody. And this is Oregon State.
Pressure. There we go.
But he was all over them, too.
Once again, the Heat.
Both of these teams that they faced aren't the greatest. But now here's Utah.
The rest of the Big 12 conference. Third down and Dampier in trouble, and he's sacked. David Bailey.
One thing I will say so far from what I've noticed is there's not a lot of multiple highlights from a single game. Like with Ruben Bain, his highlight reel was like 6 plays from this game, 7 plays from that game, 4 plays from this game. This so far has been 1 play from 3 different games. Not as consistent. But he's still quick off the ball. And then Houston, another game. But he's there, sack, fumble.
And it's recovered by the Cougars. Just make the whole thing go.
That's the first time he has multiple in one game.
19-yard line by David Bailey, who is a part of that transfer class.
3 in this game.
Huge smack in the backfield.
He was all over the place in this game.
Jamarian Burnett. We'll see what they bring on a third down.
Now against Kansas. Oh, and he just tore him up. He's super quick. Super quick off the edge. Look up Bryce Butcher. What position is that, Wumbo? Hey, what up, Rudy? What position does he play, Wumbo?
Cole Ballard is in. He will run straight ahead. The ball came loose. Ballard fumbles it. It's on the deck, and Texas Tech says they have it. Oh, my goodness.
Middle linebacker. I'll check him out next.
You're now running better. You see it there. Oh, good night. David Bailey in a heartbeat.
He tore up Kansas City, too. Or Kansas, not Kansas City.
Years because he's making the easy.
Yeah, he has multiple highlights in this game. And there he is again. He just not able to be blocked. Strip sack.
And picks it up at the 10-yard line. They're going to get all the way down to the 17 and a half.
Oh, he gets off the ball quick.
Especially when these guys are coming for you. Bailey.
That was so quick, it almost could have been a false start. I know Caleb Downs. I hope I spelled his last name correctly. I'm sure they'll fix it if it ain't spelled correctly. I'm sure it'll auto-correct it.
First, home second, down he went. Arizona State did move the ball. Couple of first down, first drive. Before that pressure got to them. He's pressured here, and down he goes.
David Bailey gets off the ball super fucking quick. Matt Nagy won't get a job. I hear you, Mass Rat. Hey, that might be the case.
He's up to the field side here.
He's eating up Arizona, too.
Changing up the look. The result is the same.
So the last 3 games have been multiple plays in each game.
Pressure coming.
Versus LSU.
And I thought he will not get the first down. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. We're going to empty here. Third down and 9.
Versus K-State. Holy shit. That boy ate up. So did David Bailey stay the sack leader to the end of the season? It's going to be an interesting offseason. It is, Keith. It's going to be really interesting. I don't have a baseball team, Master. I don't really watch baseball. For baseball, Master, I got to be at the stadium. I got to be in the environment. I can't watch baseball on TV. It's not entertaining enough for me. Yeah, I'm going to be... Kedrick Falks is someone I'm going to be looking up. I have him in the top 10 edge rushers. I think he's actually next on the list. Or hold on. Yeah, he's next on the list. It was Ruben Bain, David Bailey, Kedrick Falk, T.J. Parker, Cassius Howell. And then it goes Mateo, R. Mason, Derek Moore, Zion Young, and Malachi Kamara. Those are the top 10 edge rushers in college going into the draft this year. I think the Seattle beats the 49ers just because the 49ers are too beat up, RKO. If the 49ers were healthy, I would pick the 49ers. But the 49ers, especially losing George Kittle this last game against the Eagles, I just think it's going to be too much for them to handle. So they did their job. They kicked the Eagles out. I'm super proud of them. I just think that they're going to run into a buzzsaw over there against Seattle because of their injuries. I mean, they're linebackers. They've got like 6th and 7th string linebackers out there that they pick up off the couch.
Texas Tech invades the backfield. And David Bailey continues to do it all.
Mateo is your favorite Oregon player? I hear you.
4th down and 2.
Well, he's on the top 10 list of the best edge rushers coming out of the draft this year.
Well, they must have down.
I can't say I know much about him, which is why I'm watching all this little highlight film, is to try to get to learn some of the talents of these players. Brace. Oh, sure. Middle linebacker. Yes, Wombo. Yeah, that's who you said. You corrected his name. I got you.
56% on the year on conversions.
But David Bailey is so fucking quick off the edge. So quick. Good at reading the run there. Really good. Really good at reading the run there, but he was unblocked, so it wasn't really complicated against UCF. Now West Virginia good at, sniffed out the run again.
Turnover machine, too, with the 7 forced fumbles.
7 forced fumbles. That's crazy work.
Even with Martin. This time he's going
Again there to stop the run. So not only is he a sack machine, he seems to be pretty good in the run game, too.
They played the game with all due respect.
Oh.
And Stockmeyer falls on the ball. So
Nah, I can't give that to David Bailey. That was the quarterback's fuck up. But then it's just so fucking quick.
The best of the Bears, David Bailey.
Like a fucking lightning bolt coming off the edge of the ball there.
In some change moments. Third down and 1.
And again, he's there to sniff out that run game really well.
Play by David Bailey. He absolutely runs
against Oregon.
Around Alex Harkey that time.
All right, so that's the David Bailey. I don't care about that. That's the David Bailey highlights. Now we're going to the Kedrick Falk from Auburn.
All right, good stuff, Stormy. It's very important for Cal to have Ott. He gets deal with all the noise. Mendoza, pocket collapsing, but he wheel it around back left. And a nice move.
From Caltech, is that where Mendoza from Indiana is, or is there 2 Mendoza as quarterbacks? Mateo still has like 2 or 3 years left in college if he decides to stay. I hear you. Well, they have him as eligible for the draft. Right now, they have him as eligible. I don't know if he signed up to go into the draft or not, but I mean, if he had a really good season, it might not be a bad idea. But again, if he's not going to be a first-round talent, which it looks like he will be, he can make just as much money in college. That's cool.
To get to the second. Gets the handoff, and again, they just nowhere top wide receivers. Mendoza steps up and throws, and first and 10. Mendoza throws. That point he's been. Now we'll hand it off to Ott on second down, and they're on Auburn's side of the field. Mendoza is going to be hit from behind.
That's the first real play that I saw that was an actual highlight from him. Out of like 4 plays so far.
Mendoza, pressure comes, and he takes another.
He's there.
The Cal offense back out there. Another low snap, and goes down.
Sniffed out the run good.
And off. And you have to.
I can tell you, out of the 3 that I've watched so far, I had a feeling that Mendoza, when they were saying Mendoza for Caltech over here, that he transferred to Indiana. Breaking news, Cowboys. Maybe, Dylan. Maybe. Yeah, right. I'm a nobody, Dylan. I'm a nobody, brother.
First and 10, Rogers.
I'm just a guy with a camera that likes to talk. I'm just a guy with a camera that likes to talk about football.
We'll hand it off straight ahead. Callaway.
But if I was offered, I could probably make them be better than they were last year at least.
Again. Vandegrift flushed out again. In struggle going down.
So far, though, out of these 3, David Bailey would be my pick. Like, if I had to pick between Ruben Bain, David Bailey, and Kedrick Falk, what I've seen on the highlight film, just on the highlight film alone so far, David Bailey. Like, he's just so fucking quick off the edge. He's so fast.
Watching his defense out there in a 2nd and 7, wins it back at quarterback for Vandegrift.
Kedrick Falk does seem pretty relentless, though. I like the effort that I see him putting in.
Saturday, Barnes again as it crosses. That's new to college football this year. Barnes again, patiently waiting.
Yeah, I mean, and he's pretty good at sniffing out the run for sure.
They just needed a change, and so far it's been good with oxygen. And here is the guy checking at the line in a road game initially. Barnes on second and 8 as Barnes.
He just hunted him down.
Barnes on the ground. He is
there again to stop the run.
So it is a first down.
Stood up in the gap to stop the run.
Michael Hawkins, the true freshman. He's got Hawkins with a lot of time. Has to make a decision and then give an option.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like what I see from Kedrick Falk. I just, like I said, if I had to pick from the top 3 that I've already mentioned, David Bailey would be the one so far. But again, I hope that we trade for Max Crosby. That way we can go linebacker and cornerback in the actual fucking draft. I don't know what Carnage is saying in the Discord or who he's even talking to. All right, so I'm going to go back. TJ Parker. All right, let's see what TJ Parker's got. From Clemson.
All over this year from Coastal Carolina. Injured in the come from behind win last week against Louisiana. Blasted by TJ Parker. The ball's on and Clemson has it.
It's a good play right there.
It's a disastrous.
Ruben Bain, likely not. David Bailey, I think there's an opportunity for it, but probably not. Which is really why I want them to go trade for Max Crosby. So that, again, we can go for linebacker. It depends on how many quarterbacks go in the first round. It depends. Because there's 15 right now, Shroom. The people that I watch that do draft evaluating, they've got 15 first-round graded players. Obviously, there'll be more first-round players, but the ones that actually have a true first-round grade, there's 15 of them. And that's not counting the quarterbacks. We know quarterbacks get overvalued. They get jumped ahead of the list. So, it depends on how many teams are taking quarterback at the top of the list. No, yeah. It's very possible, Shroom. Again, this is why I would rather, I would love to have David Bailey. But I would still take Max Crosby over David Bailey. Just because David Bailey is unproven in the NFL. I would rather draft a linebacker and a cornerback with my first 2 picks, and trade for Max Crosby. Even if that takes away one of my first round picks, which it probably would. It would probably trade the 19th pick and something else to go get Max Crosby. Yeah, that's another thing the Cowboys need. They don't need a whole lot of offensive talent, but they need line. They need tackles. The Cowboys need a tackle, which sucks because we've drafted a tackle in the first round the last 2 years. Now, one of them we moved to guard, and he's doing great at guard. But Tyler Guyton has struggled at tackle for us. And then Terrence Steele just isn't it. He'd be a great rotational backup. Jim Leonard's who I want. Yes, Backyard. What up, Backyard? 19th. Then maybe it's still the 20th. I thought it changed because it was the 20th pick, I believe, that Green Bay had. Yeah, so it's still the 20th. I thought that when Green Bay lost, for some reason, I thought that it moved up a spot. If it didn't, it didn't. Whichever. That's fine.
Both offensively and defensively from NC State. write them off, and yet they're still a relatively young team.
And it might have almost moved up, but then when the Panthers lost, they probably reassured that they were the 19th pick.
Good night, love you.
Good night, love you. They ate up NC State.
I said, good night, love you, poop.
Good night, love you, poop win. Good night, win, love you.
Good night, poop win.
And Tigers there for a loss of 11. Pass protection for NC State.
Who is this little dude blocking? Number 20. What team is
Around
this?
the edge, guys up inside, and another.
Oh, NC State. Number 20 for NC State was so tiny, and he was playing like he must have been the running back in protection.
And a loss of about 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up. Glenn going through his progression and got sacked before he had time to throw it. Woodaz, who's out.
And we all got to remember, not all of these positions are going to be filled through the draft. Some teams are going to make moves in free agency to acquire some of these positions. I hope the Cowboys make a bunch of moves in free agency to limit the amount of needs that they have to go after in the draft. At least cover some of them needs, like edge rusher. Get that taken care of in the free agency. Safety. As I do like a couple of safeties in the draft, I would still almost just go get a safety out of free agency and be looking at linebacker and cornerback mostly in the draft.
Out with a contusion. Yarnell sacked again by T.J. Parker, right around the right-hand side. You think the tight end, Bartholomew, might be able to talk him out of it, take away a little space, but he releases out into the route.
He's good at, he got some decent bend.
And the play action pass, and he gets planted.
Strip sack. He's got some decent bend to get around the edge, but he almost just runs through his guy. And I don't know that he's going to be able to do that in the NFL. Maybe, Wumbo. Knowing how stupid Jerry is, he'll draft 2 wide receivers. No, he won't, Noah. We don't draft wide receiver in the first round very. The last wide receiver we drafted in the first round was CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys don't need offense in the first round. Hey, what up, Jeff Lee? What's good? What's good?
Oh, Clemson balls. And just right around right tackle Jackson Brown again goes Parker. That's a matchup they've won time and time again. This time Yarnell never sees it. Quarterback receivers with cases of drops.
We're not going to draft Mendoza. They're not going to draft a quarterback in the first round either. Mendoza will likely be in the first round. And it just ain't happening. Mendoza will probably be gone anyways before the 12th pick. Yeah, we need, Fifth River Rat. We need edge rushers, linebackers, cornerbacks, safety. We need every position on defense. I just hope that we fill some of them in the free agency. What up, Ed Penna? What's good? What's good? Man, that's what I was watching David Bailey a minute ago. I love David Bailey. Dude's so fucking explosive off the ball. David Bailey is so explosive off the ball. Hold on. Let me see where David Bailey's projected to be picked.
Good night, love you.
Good night. Love you. They're talking around. All right, so from the 10th spot, so they got pick 7, pick 10, pick 12, and pick 19. So some places have David Bailey going to the Cowboys. Some places have David Bailey going to the Cowboys. Hold on, let me look up. Trying to think of the fuck's the name. Let me look up mock drafts for this year. PPF mock draft. Let's see. All right. Of course, they got David fucking Bailey as like the cover of it. All right. So PPF has David Bailey going to Cincinnati at number 10. That's PPF. PPF has David Bailey going at number 10 to Cincinnati. Let me go back. And let's just do the NFL mock draft. See where they have him. They have David Bailey. They have David Bailey going to the Cowboys. The NFL mock draft has the Dallas Cowboys pick 12 getting David Bailey. So, no, yeah, PPF has David Bailey going to Cincy, Shroom. NFL mock draft has him going to the Cowboys. All right, let me look up another one. Let's look up the ESPN. Where does ESPN have him going? They got Arch Manning still for... Wait, no, see, it's just giving me top-rated players. All right, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not a mock draft. Let's see what New York Times has them doing. New York Times has David Bailey going. To Washington Commanders at pick 7. Who do they have going to the Cowboys, though? They have Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State, going to Dallas Cowboys, which ain't a bad pick. Let's see what CBS's mock draft. What do you mean, Lay Lear? What do you mean? CBS's mock draft has David Bailey going. To Cincinnati. So that's two that have David Bailey going to Cincinnati. What up, Chris? Girlfriend Chris, what's good? So there's 2. PPF and CBS both have David Bailey going to Cincinnati. Yahoo Sports, I don't really care about. Dynasty Nerds, I don't care about. Let me look up a video. Short videos.
Draft franchise quarterback Dante Moore. With the second pick, the Jets draft the savior of their franchise, Fernando Mendoza. With the third pick, the Cardinals get desperate for a quarterback and reach for Ty Simpson. We have a trade, as the Cowboys are trading both of their first-round picks to the Titans in exchange for Tony Pollard, J.C. Latham, and the 4th overall pick. With the 4th pick, the Cowboys draft their next Micah Parsons in Ohio State, Arvell Reese.
So this guy has the Cowboys trading both of their first-round picks to Tennessee for the number 4 pick and for Tony Pollard, and then they get Arvell Reese. That's crazy. I don't see that trade happening.
Oh, shoot.
But it's interesting that people think that.
Hey. Hey, me twist in the eye.
That only has top 10 picks. Here we go.
The first overall pick, the Raiders bring let's not overthink this one. He's the best quarterback prospect on a team that desperately needs competent QB. Although he's not a Caleb Williams type prospect, he's clearly the pick here. With the second pick, the New York Jets go with
He mentioned Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is going to develop into a really good quarterback in this league. To bring Tony Pollard back to the Cowboys, there was another player too, Taylor, that he mentioned. It was 2 players and the first-round pick at number 4, where we also get Arvell Reese.
That you think about.
They would get 2 first-round picks, though, Shroom. They would have the 19th or the 20th pick and the 12th pick in the draft where they could get O-line. But I agree. I don't think that trade is happening, Shroom. Like, I don't know who that guy even was.
On day 1. Moore is the second clear best QB in this draft and is going to the second most QB leading team. His floor is not as high as Mendoza's.
And also with the Cowboys, how much help we need on defense, I don't think we trade up. I don't think we double our picks up to move up in the draft.
With the raw talent he possesses, he arguably has the highest ceiling of all the QBs in this draft. Although you do worry about the Jets ruining another quarterback.
The Jets will ruin Dante Moore if they pick him.
Reese is the number 1 player on a lot of boards. He's been compared to Micah Parsons. He's a crazy athlete at 6'5", runs a 4.5 40.
They also compared Abdul Carter to Michael Parsons, and the comparisons aren't even fucking close. How many more years do you give Dak? You think Milton is our future QB? No, I don't think Milton is our future. Dak will probably have 3 or 4 more years, probably.
Possesses elite pass rushing capability and is also elite in coverage.
Unless if he wins a championship somehow, he might get up to 10 more years. But if they don't do shit, I don't see him making it past another 3 or 4 years.
Arizona simply just goes best player available. At 4, the Titans go with Carnell Tate. Tate would immediately step in and be Cam Ward's go-to target. They have 0 talent at their receiver position currently, and Tate would be the biggest priority to giving Cam Ward real help. With the 5th pick, the New York Giants go with Caleb Downs. The Giants would go a lot of different directions here, but if I were them, I'd play it safe.
I would love to have Caleb Downs, the safety out of Ohio.
And go with one of the best, safest players in the entire draft. The Giants' secondary showed little promise last year and could use an elite safety to command the secondary. With the 6th pick, the Browns go with Jordan Tyson. Tyson is the most talented receiver in this draft when healthy. And regardless, whoever's throwing the ball for the Cleveland Browns will need help at receiver. Jerry Jeudy and co simply don't cut it. Who's ever throwing the ball for him, go get him some help.
I mean, if the Jets were looking at drafting me, I would probably stay in college too.
With the 7th pick, the Commanders go with Jeremiah Love. Washington could definitely use defense, but Love just feels too good to pass up. Like Downs, he's one of the best players in the draft, but he's falling due to his position. Washington needs someone to take attention away from Jaden Daniels to keep him healthy.
Man, Love does look good as a run back.
And Love feels like the perfect player for this offense to have. Sorry, Bill, I never bought that. The Saints go with Keldrick Falk with the 8th pick. Saints defense needs some young talent. It's old, and they spent their last 2 first-round picks on tackles. Cam Jordan only has so much left in the tank, so they get his replacement with Falk, who is a bit raw as a prospect, but has the size and speed to be their guy and replace Cam Jordan for potentially the next 10 years.
All right, come on.
The 9th pick, the Chiefs go with Kenyon Sadiq. Sadiq is a clear tight end one in this draft. Kelsey clearly needs a replacement. And
so they got the Bengals here, number 10. Let's see if he takes David.
An elite weapon for Patrick Mahomes.
David Bailey.
With the 10th pick, the Bengals go with David Bailey.
David Bailey, of course.
Bailey's one of the most explosive edge rushers.
I will be Wumbo. I'm not doing linebackers tonight. Tonight was mostly edge rushers. Each Thursday we'll do a different position. Like next Thursday, I'll probably do linebackers, and then I'll do cornerbacks and safeties in another episode. I gotta save some things for other Thursdays to create the content to keep going on Thursdays. Of course, unless other breaking news happens, then I might combine things. What is this guy?
With blockbuster trades, we have a trade. As the Dallas Cowboys are trading Dak Prescott to the Raiders in exchange for Max Crosby and the first overall pick. With the first pick.
Dude, that would be crazy. They're saying the Cowboys trade Dak Prescott for Max Crosby and the number 1 overall pick, and then we take fucking Arch Manning.
The Dallas Cowboys select franchise quarterback Arch Manning. We have a trade as the Cincinnati Bengals are trading Joe Burrow to the Jets in exchange.
Joe Burrow to the Jets? Joe Burrow would kill himself. I think Joe Burrow would literally commit suicide if the Cincinnati traded him to the next worst team. Like, what the fuck? That's not what Joe Burrow wants.
For the second overall pick. With the second pick, the Bengals draft elite QB, Dante Moore. We have breaking news. Lamar Jackson has requested a trade. The Arizona Cardinals are trading Kyler Murray and the third overall pick to the Ravens in exchange for Lamar Jackson. With the third pick, the Ravens draft superstar edge rusher.
Where is Nemo at? He would love to hear this.
Reuben Bain Jr. With the fourth pick, the Titans select generational safety Caleb Downs. With the fifth pick, the Giants draft star wide receiver Carnell Tate. With the sixth pick, the Browns draft franchise quarterback Fernando Mendoza. With the seventh pick, the Commanders draft generational running back Jeremiah Love. This is how the 2026 NFL
This is
draft
crazy.
will go. With blockbuster trades, we have a trade. As the Dallas Cowboys are trading Dak Prescott to the Raiders in exchange for Max Crosby and the first overall pick. With the first pick.
Now, I might be down for that. I'm not really down for the Arch Manning. Right, Shroom? Lamar and Zona. Oh, shit. I don't really want Arch Manning. I don't think he's like the next star to come up. But it's alright. Hold up 1 second, guys. Damn, time done flew by, man. I didn't realize I'd already been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. We got like another 10 minutes. Fuck. Alright. Flash mock revealing picks. Let's see.
We need an emergency mock and flash mock. That's what we need right now.
Whoa. You want a flash mock?
We have to. For the top 10, you have to.
Mitch wants a flash mock. Fine, let's do it. Giants 1, Vegas 2, Tennessee 3, Cleveland 4, New Orleans 5. Giants pick at 1. In this scenario, do you agree or disagree that we should have them trade out of this?
You have to trade out of it.
Have to, right? The most reasonable trade. Cleveland going from 4 to 1. I'm not buying for a millisecond.
This isn't even this year's. This is last year. That's old. Old news. Alright. I'm not gonna watch any more of those. We'll do more of these on, obviously, as Thursdays come up. This is kind of how Thursdays are gonna look. We're gonna be doing draft talk. We're gonna be doing coaching talk. Fish Hunt, it's on slow-mo because people wanting to spam. So to prevent bots and to prevent spam, I put it on a 10-second slow-mo. So it just takes 10 seconds. Right, Shroom? I agree. Bro is not watching a Mateo Bryce highlights. No, they're not edge rushers. Or the Mateo, I'll watch Mateo. He's an edge rusher. I'll do the Mateo one here. I didn't do Cassius Howell, but I'll do the Mateo one before Cassius Howell. I can't even fucking pronounce his last name. Uiagalelei. All right, I'll look up. The other guy was a linebacker, right? Though Wombo wasn't Bryce was a linebacker. Ukulele, I gotcha. But the Bryce guy was a linebacker, right? Linebackers will be next Thursday, Wombo. All right, but I'll do Mateo now. Why? Where's my audio? This one has no audio. Let me find a different highlight film. 6'6", 275 pounds, out of Oregon.
The Oregon defensive front has been phenomenal this season. This is a program that consistently over the past few years has been able to get the most out of their front seven. And this year, I think they're going to have multiple top 50 draft selections from their defensive line. One of those players is edge rusher Mateo Uiagalelei. Mateo is a player that got a lot of
Uiagalelei.
first-round buzz in the offseason, but a lot of the buzz has cooled down throughout the season. While the production has still been there.
I agree,
Today,
Shroom.
we are going to be talking about why I still think Mateo can be a good player at the NFL level and going over what I think his ultimate ceiling is. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting enjoying the videos. Comment down below.
I would rather not hear someone else's opinion. Can I not just get his fucking highlights? I mean, I can watch it. It has no audio at all. He's got a good little burst off the line. It was decent in the run play that was running his direction. An off-ball stand-up edge rusher. That's not a highlight for him. That was kind of a low light for him. That's a good run sniff. He's got a good bull rush there. Didn't quite get the pressure that he needed, but it was a decent bull rush. I like that play. That was a good play. He got off his protection. There, he did it again. He beat his tackle. Still not able to get to the quarterback quite in time, but I like that. That was good effort on that play. He got the ball thrown right over him, but it was still good effort. He's good at sniffing out the run. He is good at sniffing out the run. I haven't seen him get a whole lot of pressure though so far. I saw like one or I think maybe two pressures so far. There we go. There's a good pressure. Good sack. There we go. Another good sack against UCLA. Now we're starting to get some pressure and some sacks. That's good. I couldn't tell what team he was going up against. This is Michigan. Oh, he got a strip sack in Michigan. Another sniffed out run play. He's there for the run. No, he's really good at sniffing out the run. He beat his man pretty good there against Boston College. And he sniffed out the run really well. He's really good at sniffing out the run. I think he's better at sniffing out the run than he is at going after the quarterback. But I have seen some good plays going at the quarterback. Oh, Nemo, you missed it, Nemo. You missed it. They wanted to trade Lamar Jackson to Arizona. There we go. It's another good sack. He had some decent pressure there. Wasn't able to be effective enough. Up against Michigan again. Another good sack on Michigan. Oh, no. The quarterback got free. It was good pressure, though. Good effort. He has really good effort. His film wasn't very long. It didn't show me a pick six. I didn't see a pick six on there. But yeah, he's got a lot of good effort. Here's another person.
Watch him. I really think he's a sophomore. We'll see what he does. We'll see what happens with this year. I think he's a guy who's going to be in the mix to be the first defender off the board. I really think he's that talented.
Really?
There is no doubt in my mind that he's going to be in that mix. If you look at where he was as a freshman 2 years ago and where he was last year as a pass rusher, it is night and day. As a freshman, he came in as this really talented, athletic, rangy kid. You loved his tape, and you're like,
yeah, hold up. I think I still have that mock draft out. Hold on. Let's see if we can find it again.
we need an emergency mock or a flash.
Here we
mock.
go. Nemo, this one's for you. This is for you, Nemo.
Flash mock?
We have to. For the top 10, you have to.
Mitch wants a flash mock. All right, let's do it. Giants 1, Vegas 2.
Oh, wait, this ain't the right
Cleveland
one.
4.
Never mind, that's not the right one. Hold on. Where was it? Yes, this is it. Hold up. All right.
This is how the 2026
Here we go, Nemo.
draft will go with blockbuster trades. We have a trade as the Dallas Cowboys are trading Dak Prescott to the Raiders in exchange for Max Crosby and the first overall pick. With the first pick, the Dallas Cowboys select franchise quarterback Arch Manning. We have a trade as the Cincinnati Bengals are trading Joe Burrow to the Jets in exchange for the second overall pick. With the second pick, the Bengals draft elite QB Dante Moore. We have breaking news. Lamar Jackson has requested a trade. The Arizona Cardinals are trading Kyler Murray and the third overall pick to the Ravens in exchange for Lamar Jackson. With the third pick, the Ravens draft
Lamar Jackson in Arizona. Kyler Murray's your new quarterback, Nemo. Aren't you so excited? You get Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. Bro, who lost his fucking starting position this year? Oh my God. Kyler Murray lost his starting role this year. Yeah. Trade Joe Burrow for the pick and then take Dante Moore is what they said. Yeah. Joe Burrow to the Jets. Like Joe Burrow would want to go to the Jets. Like I said, Joe Burrow would probably commit suicide if they traded him to the Jets. I don't condone suicide, but Joe Burrow would probably commit suicide if they tried to trade him to the Jets. They definitely accepting that trade. All right, guys. But yeah. Oh, that was fun. I'm glad you got to come in, Nemo, and hear that before we ended the show. Oh, look at you with your little light up. Yeah. You're shining lights on me. You're a goofball. But all right, guys. I've done my hour and a half here on Thursday nights. It went by faster than I was expecting. But yeah, so Thursday nights are gonna be an hour and a half. We're gonna talk about draft, NFL, quarterbacks. Not quarterbacks, but like coaches and stuff and whatnot. We're gonna do that. Yes, Nemo. Come on, man. You know it's around. It starts around 8, and I actually started late today. I actually started at like 8:40. So instead of 8:30 or 8 o'clock, I'm gonna try to be on at 8 o'clock. I had stuff I was doing and I didn't get done in time to get here at 8. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get started right at 8 next Thursday. But obviously, we'll be here live tomorrow. Mr. Beast. Hold up. Is that the Mr. Beast that we all love and know? Or is that some new person with that profile picture? Is that Mr. Breast? Even though he has now Mr. Dressed? Or Deast? Mr. Deast? He timed him out. We didn't even get to ask him. Hold up, Noah. Let me reduce it. I'm going to reduce that.
Good job.
All right, bring him back in here for a second. I'm trying to figure out if that's the same if that's Mr. Breast. I wanted to figure out if that's Mr. Breast and where the fuck he been. Mr. Deast, are you Mr. Breast? It's not Mr. Breast, you sure? Mr. Scam?
That means gonna make your dad Christmas.
Are you the same Mr. Breast that has been here before, Mr. Deast? Or are you new? Are you new, Mr. Deast? Are you Mr. Breast? I'm not doing a 7 gritty. I'm not doing any of that. Answer the damn question or they'll end up banning your ass again. Oh, never mind. You took too long. All right, gang. Y'all already know, though. We'll be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay great. I don't know, but remember his channel got taken down, Nemo. So I don't know. He got his channel taken away. Same thing with Backshots. So I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. But if it ain't, it ain't. It don't matter. Did he say the forbidden numbers? Ah, damn.
It's so cold. Oh, fast, so cold.
Yes, Noah, but he had to make a new account. That's why it may look like a new. Y'all, art. Me too, Nemo. Me too, of course. But all right, man. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay great. We'll see you tomorrow at 8. As always, I'm out. Roll Rolls. Peace.